What is the main focus of your life? If we were to tell your story right now, what would be the main theme, the central theme of your life? What purpose are you living for? And what is the relevance of that purpose in the divine scheme of things? When you read through the scriptures, you will see that the Bible devotes different lengths of time to telling people's stories. For some, their stories could span as much as an entire book. And for others, you will see that their stories will be captured in just 1 or 2 verses. Regardless of how much time is devoted in telling the stories of these different Bible characters, there is always one central theme to their life, and that is what forms the basis of how God would reward them in the divine scheme of things. For example, when you read the story of Lamech, we see it in just about 2 or 3 verses. Yet, it was Lamech that prophesied that Noah would be the one to comfort the world from the curse that came upon the earth as a result of the sin of Adam. You read the story of a woman like Jochebed, the mother of Moses, and the Bible didn't say so much about her, maybe in just about 1 or 2 verses. Yet, if this woman had not done her duty in keeping Moses, maybe the Moses that had his story covering as much as 3, 4, 5 books in the Bible would not be alive to do that. Even Abraham, that the Bible says a lot about, the story of his life was reduced to one thing. The Bible says Abraham believed God and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Whether the story of your life is long or short, the important thing is that there's a central thing that God looks out for, which is going to form the basis of your reward. If you will discover that and focus on it, then you'll be living a life that is prepared and ready to be rewarded by heaven. But if you are wasting time focusing on the things that are not so important, you may be setting yourself up for disappointment when the time of divine reward comes. In Luke chapter 10, verses 41 and 42, Jesus speaking to Martha said, "Martha, Martha, you are upset and worried about so many things, but one thing is needful. That is what Mary has chosen, and no one will be able to take it away from her." You see, I know there are a whole lot of things that are surrounding your story. In fact, if we want to tell your story now, we go back to when you were born, the schools you attended, the relationships that you were involved in, even the businesses that you did, the investments that you also got yourself involved with. But there is only one thing that heaven will reckon with in the grand scheme of things, and that is the purpose that God has called you to fulfill. For Abraham, God just wanted him to live by faith as an example to us all. For Moses, God wanted him to be faithful in all his house, and heaven marked him as excellent in doing that. There were a whole lot of things that he didn't do right, but that major thing that God called him to fulfill, he committed himself to it and he fulfilled it with divine excellence. Even John the Baptist, that we say was beheaded according to scriptures because he meddled with something that really did not concern him, still fulfilled his purpose because his assignment was to introduce the Messiah, and he did that with divine excellence. Don't waste your time focusing on those things that would not count in the divine scheme of things. Yes, you have to go about doing some other things that would maybe bring money for you, that would help you take good care of your family, but never diminish the importance of that which heaven is looking out for in your life, because at the end of it all, that is the only thing that will count and form the basis of your reward before God. So, check your life again. What is that one thing that heaven is looking out for in your life? Enoch walked with God and God took him. What is that thing that heaven will record as that which is a testimony of your life at the end of it all? That is what I want you to begin to focus on from this time onwards. And as you do so, may God release grace upon your life so that when the time comes and you stand before him, you will not be disappointed. Rather, you will receive that commendation from your master, the maker of heaven and earth, who will promote you and set you on thrones to reign with him, even for all eternity. Thank you for being part of this episode, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Remain blessed.